Hello and welcome back to Bob's Watches. My name is Brittany, aka Watch Gringa, and every once in a while I trick Bob's Watches into letting me come on their YouTube channel and talk watches. Today is one of those days that I have tricked them. So in this video, we're doing one for the newcomers, or even people who are just starting to dabble into different brands. We're looking at the best entry-level watches from different maisons, namely Rolex, Cartier, and Omega. The big three, my three favorite watch brands. Let's get into it. Before we talk Rolex entry-level watches, I always need to check myself. So growing up as a little girl in rural Canada, never in a million years did I think I would ever own a Rolex, much less be making videos distinguishing between different levels of Rolex. It's important that I clarify that when I say entry-level, it doesn't mean lesser than or cheaper or not as good or less aspirational watches. They may be at a lower price point than other things in the catalog, but that doesn't make them worse. Actually, in my collection, it's my entry-level watches that get the most love and the most wear. I own a Rolex Oyster Perpetual and a Daytona, one of those golden unicorns of Rolex, and the OP gets a lot more wear time than my Daytona. And it's not even because I'm afraid to scratch up the Daytona. I just like wearing my OP more. With that out of the way, the first Rolex entry-level watch that I want to highlight is the Datejust. Whether you're into vintage Datejusts or modern, it's a great watch for any collection, and it's as versatile as it gets. I feel like it's impossible not to find a Datejust that speaks to you. Whether you want an Oyster bracelet, Jubilee, two-tone, steel, fluted bezel, smooth bezel. I'm kind of getting more into vintage watches lately, so I think I would look into a vintage one for myself personally, but I know that's not for everyone. So I found this one on the Bob's website, and it just has so much character and charm to it. 36 millimeters, so a great unisex size, automatic movement, and silver pie pan index with tritium hands and lume plots. If the date doesn't do it for you and you prefer a more balanced style, it's the Oyster Perpetual. I don't think I could be a more outspoken supporter of the Oyster Perpetual. I think it's the most versatile watch money can buy, period. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It airs a bit more on the sporty side, but I like that. Modern OPs have 100 meters water resistance, so many size options. I don't know how you can argue with this watch. If you said to me, Brittany, you can only collect from one watch brand for the rest of your life, who do you go for? It would probably be Cartier. And I know you guys are gonna read me to filth in the comment section. Cartier is a jewelry brand, it's not really a watch brand. Cartier is for jewelry, Rolex is for real watch collectors. But without Cartier, the modern men's wristwatch doesn't exist. And the Cartier design language, it's so uniquely Cartier. They're not trying to be like anyone else. You see a Cartier from across the room, you know exactly what that is. And on top of that, Cartier has been giving us some of the most collectible watches of all time. So entry level, you cannot start a Cartier entry level watch list without talking about the watch that started it all, the Santos. I am such a shameless fangirl of the Santos, but it is heritage, it is design, it is everything rolled up into this amazing package. So the story goes, in 1904, Brazilian aviator Alberto Santos Dumont complained to his good friend Louis Cartier about the impracticality of using his pocket watch whilst flying. Louis Cartier designed a flat wristwatch with a square bezel that looks strikingly similar to the watch we still have and still wear today. In 1911, it was released to the public and served as the first ever men's wristwatch. The modern Santos has a lot more to love than just heritage as well. It truly is a top-tier all-rounder with many size options and style options, 100 meters water resistance, and my personal favorite thing, the quick switch bracelet, which easily allows you to adjust the bracelet size or switch out the strap. The next Cartier we need to talk about is the Tank. Now I know this isn't a watch for everyone. It's a very specific niche. For some it would be too small, and for many it's too dressy. But I pretty much completely disagree with these people, and I think it's probably one of the best Cartier watches of all time. I could blather on about the Tank until the cows come home, but for Watches and Wonders 2021, Cartier unveiled 3 new colorful Tank musts: a red, green, and blue. Bob's just so happens to have the green on their website right now, and it is important that I tell everyone, because I wish I could afford it, and if you can, you should get it for those of us who can't. The green is my favorite of the new musts, so if you've been looking for one, this is your sign. And last but not least, Omega. Omega has a deep catalog of amazing watches, but there's something about the Seamaster that has just been speaking to me lately. I recently borrowed the 225450 Seamaster from a friend, which just so happens to be hands down my favorite Seamaster of all time. And it just got me on a Seamaster professional kick. It is just that iconic Omega dive watch. Thick lume plots, scalloped bezel, 42 millimeters of perfection. Well, sometimes it's 41 millimeters. Or 36. I think I saw 28 millimeter on the Bob's website. Was it 28? Yeah, it was. Like, that's so tiny. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. The sun has gone away again. I'm sure this is really dark. I'm sorry. It's very hard to plan a video around the sun sometimes. Okay, one last Omega recommend as well. We have to talk about it, the Railmaster. I feel like it's an Omega watch that doesn't get the love it deserves for how versatile and awesome it is. A true watch geek choice. But that's it. That's it. We're ending it. That's actually it. Don't forget to do all those amazing things to feed the YouTube algorithm gods. Give this video a like, comment, and if you're not subscribed to Bob's Watches, come on now, get yourself subscribed. And until next time, bye guys.